So I'm going to ring the bell one more time and just see if you can stay with the sound of the bell from the initial attack right down to the end tail. So just stay with it and listen, become really interested in all the different harmonics that you can hear, the pitch, the volume, the sound of the drill. Just welcome it all. Sound of the cars, but focus mostly on the sound of the bell. Stay with it. And I'll ring it one more time. This time just also aware of the impermanent nature of the sound. The sound arises, expresses itself, and then passes away. And this is how everything is. Everything that has the nature to arise, by its very nature, will pass away. All emotions, thoughts, feelings, sounds, images, experiences, anything that you can think of comes under the law of impermanence. Everything is changing. Everything is change. So again, aware also that you can't not hear the sound. You can't hold on to it or make it last any longer than it naturally does. Sound in many ways are a lot like thoughts. Can you have a relationship with your thoughts similar to the relationship you have with external sounds? They come and they go. And the vast majority of them are uninvited. But that's fine. If we let go of control and just allow everything to be as it is, thoughts are not a problem. If we can relax back into impermanence. Embrace impermanence, relax back into it. Life can have a kind of flowiness to it, a flowy quality, a sense of harmony, ease in the body and heart when we just allow life to flow naturally. So we'll do a brief body scan, just to relax the body, relax the mind. And we'll synchronize the breath. On the inhale, you'll hear one bell. On the exhale, another. We'll breathe body part by body part. So for example, we'll breathe up the left arm to the top, breathe out from the top to the bottom. So we're scanning the awareness up and down each body part. And just feel the energy moving up and down with the breath. So starting with the left arm, breathing up the left arm to the top, breathing down the left arm to the fingers, breathing up the right arm, breathing down the right arm, breathing up the left leg, breathing down the left leg, breathing up the right leg, breathing down the right leg, breathing up the spine, breathing down the spine, breathing into the belly, breathing out of the belly, breathing up the left arm, slowing down the breath, breathing down the left arm, breathing up the right arm, breathing down the right arm, breathing up the left leg, breathing down the left leg, breathing up the right leg, breathing down the right leg, breathing up the spine, breathing down the spine, breathing into the belly, breathing out of the belly, breathing up the left arm, breathing down the left arm, breathing up the right arm, breathing down the right arm, breathing up the left leg, breathing down the left leg, breathing up the right leg, breathing down the right leg, breathing up the spine, breathing down the spine, Breathing into the belly. Breathing out of the belly. Breathing up the left arm. Breathing down the left arm. Breathing up the right arm. Breathing down the right arm. Breathing up the left leg. Breathing down the left leg. Breathing up the right leg. Breathing down the right leg. Breathing up the spine. Breathing down the spine. Staying with the spine. Breathing up the spine. Breathing down the spine. Breathing up the spine. Breathing down the spine. Up the spine. Down the spine. Up the spine. Down the spine. Up the spine and over the brain. Down the spine. Up the spine and over the brain. And down the spine. Up the spine and over the brain. Down the spine. Just let that go and just breathe now into the belly. Breathing into the belly. And for the remainder of the meditation, just know that the breath is always there as an anchor for you to return to. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with staying with the breath for the whole of the meditation. So just wake up the senses. Awake to sound. The sound of the wind on the window and the cars. The sound of the people on the streets. Sounds coming and going. Can't unhear sounds. Can't hold on to sounds. Can't push them away. So the wisest thing to do is allow sound to just come and go. Aware of feelings in the body, and like sounds, feelings come, stay for a time, and then go. Everything is just arising and passing away. Just stay awake to this dynamic flow that we call life, and just observe it. Everything is in motion. Life is movement and change. And if we don't cling to the contents of this movement, we can have a sense of freedom. But if we cling to anything that is impermanent, then we open up ourselves to suffering, so we soften our grip. And in softening our grip, experience can just flow freely through our fingers, organically and naturally, freely, and everything seems to come into a kind of harmony and balance. When we let go of the controller, the one who wants things to be a certain way, when we soften our grip and don't cling, there can be a sense of ease in the heart. If everything is moving, best just let it be. When we try to make something seem solid within this fluid, dynamic flow, we create a delusion. A false way of looking. And we cling on to this solidity, and it can create fear. So just let go. This whole practice could be summed up simply as just let go. So there's movement, everything in motion, everything kind of flowing like a river, and there's a space within which the movement is moving. There's the movement, and there's the space that holds the movement. Can you become aware of the space. Aware of the space where the movement moves. Like the sky becoming aware of itself. The sky realizing that it's not a cloud. It's infinitely open. Just relax. Shift the gaze and become aware of what is aware. Awareness becomes aware of itself. The sky becomes aware of itself. Not a cloud, but vastly open, edgeless, without form or shape, and completely and utterly free. When we get pulled into the movement and we become identified with certain aspects of that movement, we're in trouble. We're vulnerable. And we aren't seeing the truth. So just keep dropping back into this vast openness that is always there, always has been there, and always will be there, and is the only thing that does not change. This is the only thing that does not change. The unconditioned, changeless, vast, open sky of awareness. If you get lost in some thoughts, just know that you've just been pulled into the movement. That's all that's happened. And just let go. We have the movement and the space. Rest as the space. To rest as the space, aware of the movement, and try not to be pulled into the movement. When you notice that happens, just relax back into the open space. From the point of view of awareness, is there any difference between the sound of that drill and the sound of a bird singing? Awareness is not concerned with the contents of experience. Awareness welcomes everything. Just like the sky is not harmed or bothered by that which appears within it, the aeroplanes and the birds don't harm the sky in any way. And awareness is like that. So to end the meditation, I'm going to ring the bell every 20 or 30 seconds. And with the bell, it's an invitation to open up even further. Open up awareness even further, knowing that awareness is boundlessly open, so you can just keep going. There's no limit to this. So, just allow yourself to open completely. Open. Open right up. Just keep going. Open. Shapeless, formless, edgeless. Open. Open right up. Keep going. Open. Open. One more, really go for it now. The last one. Open.